Hello and welcome, everyone. This is the Daily Dharma. My name is Dina. Thank you so much for joining. Let's take a moment, sync up our energies, take a deep breath and release. And let's get right into the reading here. So we've got a few cards laid out already. I have the Mother of Mercy number 19 here from the Kuan deck showing first. And this definitely has a lot of medicine to do with compassion and empathy, especially for those who have done wrong. And so we may be talking about some type of internalized self-judgments or next level shame, guilt shedding, and working through that healing process within. But for many of us, this is something that has been externalized, and we've perceived various threats to our well-being and real and present dangers, and some of us have that fear instinct. Others will have the blaming instinct. Many will have unresolved tensions around the ability to reach that level of unconditional love and blind and willing surrender, trusting the universe to provide. And so Mother of Mercy can lead us to feeling obligated and responsible to be the trial judges and juries of others and self, and to hold resentments and sentencing within our weighing on our beingness and our soul level, compelling us in various ways. I believe that some people are more influenced by the weight of those resentments and frustrations than others, sure, but we all have work to do when we see another individual that appears to not be working in our best interest. And it becomes obvious that we need to set limits and boundaries, and where we need to learn where we got into that situation, how to correct and resolve the unequal exchange of energies, however it happens for us. I'm seeing this, everyone is doing their best. And it says there's a deeper reason for each of your questions. Seek it. Under the deck here, when I pulled out the Mother of Mercy there, 19, this one is the number 13. It's a very powerful number of reordering through change and evolution. I was hearing before going on to record, revolving evolution is in the air, and quite literally the wind here is crazy today. My phone said before going on today that it was about 27 degrees, but the wind chill is something else. It's really ripping through. And so the energy of the environment is absolutely coming through the elementals, through the air, the water, the fire, and it's connecting deeply with many of us. And so underneath the deck here with this, here the yellow tiger mother is the second mother card here, both of them coming out. There's a whole series in this Kuan Yin deck of mother cards. It's talking about, again, the solar plexus chakra and the need to shift and change and grow through shedding the old skin and standing in our truth and our wisdom and our clarity, and having the confidence and the courage to hear our intuition and to know when is the time to correctly act. Because obviously we can't always just be in our beingness of that divine feminine within each of us. We also need to intend, we need to do and to become and to create with the universe. And so as these elementals arise, and as our judgments of others and this significant lesson required for the unconditional love to forgive those who trespass against us, so to speak, is is very pronounced in the collective energy right now. Underneath the other deck here, we have a couple splits that showed themselves. We've got 44, Shine Your Light. I was seeing these emanations coming out from underneath the deck, and so it seemed very powerful. Under that is Gaia, exactly. And there's another one in between I see, Harmonic Flight. We're definitely talking about the resolution of the inner dichotomy, that inner cognitive dissonance between heart and mind, and resolving our ability to work and co-create with our environment with seemingly opposed energies, bringing them all into functionality to flow with things instead of working through elements and energies of resistance. We are learning as people how to work with the sacred flow of things, how things are, and not resisting, but exactly, I don't need to repeat myself. So, with that harmonic flight, once we reach this level within ourselves, I think that many of us kind of pop in and out, and there's newfound awareness. Once you've reached that level, now your awareness kind of vacillates right around that baseline, above and below that baseline, and starts to learn new lessons. And as you speak, as you intend, as you think, as you feel through various situations and influences coming into your awareness, you're able now to understand and resolve things and unpack something that was holding you back. And it looks like there's this, because of this level that you've been able to attain from there's something from the depths of you between heart and mind that you're trying to resolve your approach. It's like you're on the right track, but you've got something where you're um, gaining some type of recognition, like a microphone in some type of a way. So it looks as though also that there's a lot of light working that's going on behind the scenes, and so many people can do that in different ways, but so much of it is unseen. And sometimes when we try to explain it, it doesn't have as much impact. It doesn't seem quite as profound. People don't see the visions. And so I'll leave that up to your own magic to unpack. It seems like you've got something unique to yourself here. We've got discernment coming out below and beside this divine masculine, and the divine masculine 22 coming out with 11, belief, and what else, crown chakra, consciousness, and balanced forces 19 corresponds with this mother of mercy card. So we're balancing the forces within ourselves and the narratives and the different ideologies that we believe. It seems that we're, yeah, the balanced forces, exactly. Okay, let's put that more on the top. It's the and throat chakra is hiding within there. So it's about the conscious choices that we use, the awareness and our ability to question our reality and to formulate our own individuated critical thinking skills and to awaken to our own power. And with that microphone, that's what we're getting here doubled down with this throat chakra. There are messages and magic that is working with your beingness in this time and space, and you're really balancing the forces within you, this harmonic flight. You're balancing those forces within and without. Yes, okay, so that covers magic, she of the lotus, romantic love, allowance, and tantric journey. Exactly. So tantric journey and harmonic flight too. That is exactly what it is. It's it is what it is, right? Okay, so I feel as though I'm talking to people who understand the gravity of the mirroring going on here. Because we're getting dual cards, it's whatever pathway you're on, you absolutely are calling in some type of soulmate, soul union, at the base level within yourself. And this is breaking through some type of barrier, your unconditional love barrier somehow. We'll get some cards on this, but it's as though to say, pay close attention to your intuition and to your passion and to your light at this time, your courage and standing out and not being afraid to continue to speak and to be heard at this time for the thoughts and beliefs that you hold. Sometimes it takes somebody 10 or 50 times hearing something, let's use marketing as an example, before their brain recognizes some type of brand recognition and is able to understand a message, because then they have some type of base knowledge. And so the same thing happens with learning. Until you know the letters of the alphabet, it can be difficult to spell the word. And it's I feel as though I kind of dropped that a little soon. There was something coming through, but it'll come back around. Below here, we've got this Delight card, Star Seer. The Sound of the Universe came out yesterday, and Gracious Receptivity was with it. All three of those. Integration, exactly, with that 13 card, it's the integration of our power and our conscious will and our belief in ourself as powerful co-creators and manifestors, and belief in our own power to ascend and to be in charge of our own beingness. It's like the powers that be are at odds with the flow of the universe and the cosmos and the earth herself, Mother Gaia. And so it's this integration of the two it's really demanding on the basis of like heart and mind, this the ego pursuits versus the flow of the universe, and the belief that all beings matter is really coming through, and the environment and her beingness matter. So I'm seeing this card popping out from the back, Mount Shasta. There's definitely this star seer energy. There's absolutely very otherworldly energy in the pre-shuffle in the Kuan Yin deck. The Pleiadian card came out. Blessings of the Moon Maiden is under here. We're moving into the time of the full moon on the 12th, and there is some big astrology moving through over the next few months. And so we're understanding something that needs to be integrated within ourselves and on the greater collective, that has to do with how the heart and the mind communicate. And perhaps what I'm hearing is there's something here too about the, before I get off topic, there's something almost, whether it's political or narcissist empath paradigms, we're playing this dilemma between our own heart and mind of worthiness versus entitlement as a people. Worthiness versus entitlement. It's an incredible time where we're recognizing how to integrate these things in our own beingness. And those of us that are the energy workers here, we can shift these things within ourselves and provide the sacred blueprints and the codes necessary for planting the seeds within the collective and helping them to process this as well through time and space. We can do this and intend this. To look at the difference of how we all attain the objectives of the root chakra. For some is based on worthiness, and for others it's perceived as entitlement. And so it's in what kinds of looping processes those of us that are steering the collective vibrations at this time, the way that we are navigating our own internal processes is kind of coming through with this miracle emerging of how do we really how does the heart speak to the mind. And it's not always the mind that's speaking from logic, because the heart is actually the organ and the chakra system that is led by air, which is mental in nature and logical, and does things that make sense. Things that make sense, like taking care of the environment, because we depend on her for our own ability to live and be here. And so I'm not trying to state any case. I'm trying to just speak very plainly here. And then the heart versus the crown chakra. What does the crown chakra ruled by? It's ether, and is it light? It's light. Thank you. So the light coming through is hitting all these prismatic forms in real time, created from marketing, created from socialization, from norms, from expectations, from patterns, and from dependencies, from the quest for security and for some type of expectations that we can uphold, that somebody's doing something that we told them to do. It's like now the veils are being removed, and we are all aware of the elements behind the curtain, that we actually held the power all along. And these individuals are playing Monopoly with our lives. And so it seems like the grand awakening. I didn't mean to get up on my soapbox today. I appreciate you guys all for coming along. It looks like this is speaking to you, though, because we're talking about the dynamics and how to heal people, how to walk through this divine emergence of the miracles, and taking those dynamics we're talking about here to transition the dynamics of the light codes here, and to funnel them and transmute them, and cleanse the airwaves in some type of a way, and even to alter and manipulate and sculpt the the algorithms, and to heal that with the heart chakra into a place that makes sense about how we can create full, real security. And it's through rooting into Mother Earth and reaching towards the stars, it appears. Now we have a double, the 13 from the Tiger Mother, understanding this coherence. It's the waveforms speaking through from Mother Earth. It says, hear the yellow Tiger Mother, hear and understand the earth, and how it is necessary for us to understand this in this time and space. And behind that, I feel like I skipped one. No, manifest. So manifestation here is very critical. And it's, yeah, there's the alignment with our evolutionary shifts and changes right now. It's this crown emanation. So, and there's solar plexus with reclaim your energy. So those of us that are dealing with power, control, self-worth, or self-empowerment in this time and space, or with any of the other polarities that we've been talking about previously, this is the grand awakening from this between the harmonic, it's over here, isn't it? This harmonic flight in the tantric journey here, vulnerability, at Mother Gaia, and being in the flow state of vulnerability creates this change where we can work with Mother Earth in a new way to create and bring forth a new earth. This, and I know that's a key phrase, but I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't follow um, any type of rhetoric on that, but a new evolved earth is coming into beingness. It cannot really be delayed. Our ancient future is upon us right now, and it's the choice point now where those of us that truly have the power to awaken more individuals, and not to impose our will upon them, but to use our sacred kundalini energy to manifest within others in our world, in the collective, to awaken to their own power, to their own grace and beauty, and their own ability to be merciful and to understand what makes sense and what does not make sense. I feel as though there's a lot of karma here that the collective and individuals may be dealing with right now. It seems related to, just as a person, as a people, and as a place, or some type of organization can have its own karma. So can a time have a sense of karma. So can generations, and so can movements. So we're looking at this as humans having our own sense of karma to learn about. The medicine of the earth is speaking to us quite plainly, and some of us have become a little transfixed with the light waves coming in. Even those of us that are highly attuned and aware, we are watching it in a very intentional way and perceiving of the energies for the reasons that we are able to do this light work here. This is what we're doing together, is just working through this and sharing our energy forward. If you feel compelled or willing, go ahead and share in the comments about whatever is coming forward for you with this reading. We have initiation and the Count Saint Germain, number 14. So we're moving from this 13 death cycle through this initiation process of 14, this rebalancing, this alchemical rebalancing as part of our, I mean, even saying karma is a little harsh, but it seems that because of the fighting and the duality, that it has to be pushed from, and even because of the distractions and because of the comfort level and the false entitlement of the human race at this point. No shade, just calling it what it is. I mean, I also use air conditioning when it gets over 100 degrees, but we have to understand and be accountable and to choose a different type of energy going forward. So let's hear a little bit more about this. We've got Caught in the Ruins, 16. On the journey, we have the tower falling, and now we witness that the choices that we make, such as a day job, instead of, let's say, having done your own enterprise for the last 20 years and now having your own established, secure thing, you're, as somebody who works for someone else, caught in the ruins of whatever they have is what you get. As in a country, you depend on your leadership, and then you are subjectified to whatever they decide for you. And so right now we're understanding how to take the sacred keys or create the sacred keys. I saw at 2424, how to balance the forces within us and create and forge the keys to release us from the ruins and the false equivalency of livelihood and our choices going forward. It's never too late to do the right thing. It's never too late to begin to divest from a future that lies in exploitation and so on, and to put your money and your energy behind things that call to your heart. So we have coming out here birth, number 4, and the nest, the bird's nest, 3 of forces, another 3 and 4. Seems like we're talking about providing for our children. We have the mother and 2 children, and then we have the bird parent feeding the babies in the nest, 3 babies in this case. And this shining light, it's this shining light again on these people, on these beings, and also the parallels that happen with the ways that we wouldn't treat humans, that we would and should look at and become accountable to the ways that we're treating animals. I'm not going to give any further speeches in that way, but it's coming through about even I have a huge fire pile, and I had told my friends I'd love to have a bonfire this winter, but then I've noticed all the birds use it for habitat in this cold weather. And so I made the easy, quick decision not to burn up the habitat. It's an easy decision for me, but you need to see the impact of what you would propose to do and reevaluate based on knowing better. And it reflects the way that we treat others, reflects upon the self. The way that we treat other animals and beings in the universe and the earth herself is also a reflection upon our own choices of our own family, and we instill karma or dharma with our choices and with our voice and how we speak up for other people's children and other people's rights. I'll just drop that mic right there. So I think that's enough from that deck. Let's get a couple from the Return to Spirit deck. This is an activations frequency deck related to the higher realms and consciousness that we are beginning to tap. And we first have intuition coming out first. Beautiful card. You may believe that you are part of the Blu-ray. Doesn't have to resonate. Manifest, the second manifestation card that we've seen. Manifestia, manifest. And under the deck, fearless. Again, with that courage to shine your light, to say the things. And now I remember what I interrupted myself about earlier. It's sometimes that we need to stand and speak and do and intend, even when it's not popular, even when nobody's watching, even when it appears that it's for nothing. We need to make this space. We need to hold the vibration of truth and trust and radical surrender that says, I understand this is beyond my coherence at the present moment, but I trust the process for the highest good of all. So mote it be. Aho. How many other things? What do we have? The Om. Okay, we got the big spill out happening. You have a lot of knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge coming from various platforms and various cultures and teachings, all funneling through the Akashic right now and through that etheric space. And those of us that are channels and light workers, we're tuned into that energy, into that vibration. And so it doesn't matter what language or culture that some wise person might come from, we can understand the downloads that requires and that it's providing for us. We can feel the truth in how it resonates with us. So we have a lot coming out here. It looks like we've got this a vibrational rejuvenation that is changing the mind space. And I think that this is absolutely talking about the collective up-leveling, this awakening. It's like shaking somebody awake. It's like that jostling of somebody's nerves that's like, oh, and sometimes that's the intensity level that people need in order to understand when something is a problem. It's like, literally shaking somebody. And I feel like the earth is going to shake, and we may have something happening with literal earth responsiveness, because as we're putting out all this chaos energy, we've always transmuted it through the earth and through the minerals and in this kind of seeming closed loop environment. But there's also this new frequency, this new vibrational resonance that's rejuvenating our senses, because we're coming online with this internal enlightenment and this urge to say it like it is and to speak up and to be the forefront, that then people are able to understand the message, and then they're like, hey, you know what, that makes me think. Boom, light bulb, you sparked somebody. And so you're rejuvenating the minds of the masses and awakening them from their apathy, their boredom, they're being checked out, and so on. And also, we've got this innocence with the storm. It's like, yeah, there is chaos out there, but there is always delight within there. We need to focus on the happy shiznit that's going on right now and make sure that we stay inspired, because if we slide back down the hill into blaming and finger pointing and so on, we miss the point and we discourage the audience from investigating. We weigh them down with the apathy that we're trying to dispel with our light. We don't need to feed on darkness if our intention is the light, but we can give that up to our God's guidance, guardians, what am I trying to say, ancestors, to assist us to transmute and to help us to, and Kelly in particular, to go out to the battlegrounds and keep our hands karmically clean and invoke the gods and goddesses to handle the mischief and the mayhem and the chaos that is here in clear and present danger to our sense of security, stability, and our sense of logical connection to all that is. So we also have take flight, right order, and sexuality here. So with this harmonic flight and tantric journey, this is absolutely connecting the dipole type energies, and it's a huge power surge within the self, and it can be dissipated sometimes in objectified materialized reality, or it can be funneled into that kundalini awakening, into your light working capacity, and you can use it to inspire and to gain a little bit of focus so that people pay attention to what you have to say. So you're putting things in right order, and you're able to take flight with this new energy that's coming for you. So we are at the end of the video. I hope that that helped you, and if so, please do help and support the channel, help us grow the channel and get out the word. Hear your intuition and act upon all of that power within yourself to stand in your full authenticity and shine your light. You have a message to bring, and you are a warrior of the light and of peaceful resolution. Thank you for your service, and check back for more soon. Thanks everybody for joining. Take care.